One second. Just very good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining in today's section. Our speaker today is Dr. Mugdha Tapdiya. She is a MD in medicine and highly experienced. She is a senior consultant in internal medicine and associate with Fortis Hospital Vasant Kunj. She has an impressive clinic experience in over 28 years in the industry. So welcome to Dr. Mugdha. Over to you. And thanks for joining in.
Thank you, Poonam, for the introduction. I'm going to talk about lifestyle disorders today. Now, let us understand what is lifestyle. A simple meaning of lifestyle is a way of life on a day-to-day basis by an individual, a group of people, or society. It is influenced by many tangible and intangible factors. One's lifestyle reflects not only the social, physical, psychological, and economical environment an individual is exposed to, but also his or her self-image and attitude. As a result of these complex interactions, lifestyle eventually expresses itself in many different ways, including health, work, behavior, leisure patterns, activities, attitudes, and opinions. However, lifestyle can also be learned by experience. Lifestyle is generally considered a personal issue. However, lifestyles are social practices, and lifestyles adopted by the individual reflect personal, group, and socioeconomic identities. It is commonly said that your genetics load the gun and your lifestyle pulls the trigger. And since the last decade, human beings have impressed certain habits that which have led to newer disorders called lifestyle disorders, which are also known as non-communicable diseases or NCDs. In 2005, WHO estimated that 61% of all deaths, which is approximately 35 million, and 49% of the global disease burden were attributed to the lifestyle disorders. And it is expected that by 2030, the proportion of global deaths from the chronic diseases is expected to increase 70% and the global burden of disease to 56%, which is a huge leap and is concerning. In India, ICMR decided to set up National Center for Disease Informatics and Research, Bangalore, in 2011 with the purpose of collection of data and the public health for the non-communicable diseases or lifestyle disorders. And they found in 2017 that India witnessed 61.8% of deaths due to the non-communicable diseases or lifestyle disorders. The WHO estimates that India will have the highest number of individuals suffering from the lifestyle disorders, which is again very concerning. This rapidly growing burden is being accelerated by the negative effects of insufficient physical activity and unhealthy diets, which is rich in processed foods, saturated fats, trans fats, sugars, and salt, resulting in rising prevalence of overweight and obesity. These two major risk factors for the non-communicable diseases or lifestyle disorders, overweight and obesity, along with the tobacco use and alcohol misuse, not only contributes to more than 2/3 of all new cases of lifestyle disorders, but also result in a higher risk of complications in people with pre-existing lifestyle disorders or non-communicable disease. If someone is healthy, this means that the structure and function of all genes or programs in cells are working optimally. Gene expression, like turning on and turning off mechanism, is a signal-dependent process. There are two types of signals. Firstly, the metaphysical signal, which are intangible signals like feelings, belief, faith, attitude, values, perception, etc. And second is a material signal, which are tangible. That means they can be changed, which are, for example, food, drink, drugs, medications, enzymes, hormones, neurotransmitters, etc. Interestingly, Both metaphysical and material signals are largely influenced by our daily lifestyle. This means that if we have a healthy lifestyle and good living conditions, these healthy signals affect our genes in a way that get transmitted to the cell program to positively direct our body functions. On the contrary, if we have a risky lifestyle, the unhealthy signals will negatively affect our bodies. Many recent studies have shown that one's lifestyle can transfer its effect across generations. The data suggests that the health of the parent, especially that of the mother, plays a significant role in the overall expression of offspring's lifestyle. Economic issues such as total family income may also have a great role to play in this. Lifestyle diseases cause 70% of total deaths globally, but we often tend to focus only on infections, like we focused on COVID recently. And we are running after the vaccines, but we cannot make the changes in our lifestyle, which are actually affecting major population of the world and are the leading cause of death. Now, what are the lifestyle conditions or what are the lifestyle disorders? Most important is obesity, type 2 diabetes, certain metabolic syndromes, osteoporosis, where your bones go weak, coronary heart disease, or say heart attack, stroke, or we call it paralysis, asthma, a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a liver disease or fatty liver disease, cirrhosis of liver, chronic kidney disease can also be because of certain lifestyle, unhealthy lifestyle, Alzheimer disease, and most importantly, insomnia or other sleep disorders, which we commonly face during these days. Certain types of cancers can also be because of the certain lifestyle changes that one adopts. The root cause of the vast majority of the lifestyle diseases are multifactorial in origin. They are a result of the interactions between the social factors, environmental factors, some specific risky behaviors. The four common risk factors that contribute to the development of major lifestyle disorders are tobacco use, alcohol abuse, unhealthy diets, and physical inactivity. These factors are believed to be behind 1 lakh deaths every day in the world. Now, what are the causes of non-communicable disease or lifestyle disorders? They can be modifiable factors or non-modifiable. Non-modifiable factors are age, gender, race, certain genetic reasons, and physiological and metabolic causes. Modifiable factors are like environment, like we see air pollution, water and soil, which gets affected by the chemicals. They are modifiable factors. There are behavioral factors like tobacco use, alcohol use, lack of physical activity, and unhealthy diets. So all these are modifiable factors, and most importantly, stressed and the disturbed biological clock. That means weird sleeping habits. One of the most common problems which have been associated with multiple disorder today is obesity. So obesity is actually a center of many diseases. A simple calculation of a body mass index can tell us the obesity level, and everyone must know their body mass index and they should try their best level to get it below 20. Obesity can attribute to the unrelated causes like rapid, unplanned urbanization, globalization of unhealthy lifestyles, the aging population fueled by unhealthy eating habits, stressful lifestyles, and mainly due to reduced physical activity. Though obesity, a person is like through obesity, a person is likely to suffer from issues such as breathing difficulty, blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, etc. How does lifestyle lead to stress? When our lifestyle of living is inappropriate, our body and mind are affected significantly. Everything becomes a stressor and supersedes our coping capacity, and our body is pushed to fight, fright, and flight mode to protect itself. The foremost contributors include bad food habits, physical inactivity, inappropriate body posture, disturbed biological clock. The fast pace of life has diminished our capacity to fight stress and choose healthy lifestyle options. Hence, amplified the consumption of processed food, permitted odd meal timings, facilitated mindless eating. All of this contributes to obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart diseases. Technology addiction has glued all eyes to mobile phones and laptop screen, which one you are actually in front of a screen of some kind at present. Worsening glaucoma and vision errors has been attributed to this. Neck and back muscles are in constant strain, and hence the resultant pain, fatigue, and exhaustion. People take their cars to the doorstep of the office and sit at the desk for hours without any physical movement, and that can otherwise assist the blood circulation. Those working in night shifts witness a disturbed body clock and hence insomnia, indigestion, high blood pressure, acidity, loss of appetite, irritability, mood fluctuations, and body pain can result because of in the people who work in the night shifts. The mind is in constant flux and stress, and the body is paying for it. Now, what are the things that we can do? How can we control our lifestyle to not have these lifestyle disorders or non-communicable diseases? An important way of controlling non-communicable diseases is by controlling the associated risk factor. In other words, number of non-communicable conditions can be prevented by controlling the behavioral or lifestyle habits related to those diseases. The combination of four healthy lifestyle factors, maintaining a healthy weight, exercising regularly, following a nutritious diet, and not smoking, is associated with a whopping 80% reduction in the risk of developing the common daily deadly chronic diseases. It reinforces the current public health recommendations for observing healthy lifestyle habits, since the root of these habits often originate during the formative stages of life. It is imperative to start early in teaching essential lessons concerning healthy living in school itself or at home by the parents. Despite the well-known benefits of a healthy lifestyle, only a small proportion of adults follow such routine. Numbers are declining gradually. Unfortunately, there is a little public awareness of the association between health and lifestyle. A comprehensive approach is essential that involves all sectors, including health, finance, education, planning, and others to minimize the impact of lifestyle disorders. Now, what can we do to prevent? While we are not able to completely eliminate the indirect causes, we can do a lot in case of a direct ones. The introduction of a few simple modifications will minimize the risk of getting lifestyle disorders, like which involves regular examination of physical examination by your doctor. You can go to visit your doctor yearly till the age of 50 if you do not have any tests, any disease. Get your blood test done, get your urine test done, get your eye checkups, and then the doctor can recognize a certain red flags and tell you what to do further, what should be the lifestyle changes that you need to make, what further tests need to be done. And they will also associate your findings with your family history, with your past history, and your habits or bad habits or good habits. So you must meet doctor as soon as possible when you also have certain symptoms. So do not ignore any symptoms. It's very important to visit your doctor if something is lasting longer and troubling you and is not usual that you observe in your body. A balanced and healthy diet, its composition should be a daily dose of fruits and vegetables, which is a rich source of fibers and many valuable vitamins and minerals. In addition to this, we should eat healthy minerals like omega-3 and have a balanced diet in terms of fat, protein, and sugar. Sugar is actually a slow drug. We too often do not consider it as important, but it is very, very important contributing factor to obesity. So consider sugar also as an addiction and cut down the sugars in your daily routine. Physical activity, according to the recommendation of WHO, the minimum dose of physical activity per week for any adult is 150 minutes. That means almost 2.5 hours of physical activity in a week is very important to maintain healthy lifestyle. One should avoid stress. What does stress do? It causes a release of certain hormones like adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol, and high concentration of which sustained for a long time may disturb the functioning of the body. And in order to minimize the negative effect of the stress, it is worth learning certain relaxation techniques and making sure that you have time to rest during the day. If you follow the healthy lifestyle and if you do not give importance to stress, then that can also lead to certain lifestyle disorders. So please give importance to it. Getting enough sleep is very important because the body itself, the tissue regenerate during the sleep. For some people, implementing these changes may be a challenge. The complete abandonment of bad habits often requires years, which has been acquired for years, often require time, and it can be very difficult. But it can also discourage further action to overcome these habits. But in such cases, consider introducing the changes in your lifestyle gradually. If you want to start doing all the changes at one go, it often seen that it doesn't last. A lot of positive changes in the body can happen even when only the diet is modified. Keep in mind that this does not necessarily mean giving up your favorite food. The first step towards good habit is to reach the healthier counterpart of your favorite. So, for example, if you like sweets after having food, then shift to fruit having after having food. So it will stop your craving of having sweet after having your meals. The case is very similar with the physical activity, which does not only mean intensive training in the gym and long distance running. Even a half an hour walk can be beneficial, can have a beneficial effect on the body. It is very important to choose an activity that will bring you joy. Thanks to this, that we have no problem in being systematic and introducing it into a daily routine, and introduce each change gradually. I want to give you certain pearls of the lifestyle disorders. There are certain facts. Actually, I call them pearl, but they are very, very important points to remember. Unhealthy habits have a very bad effect, negative effect on our health, and it has the harming effects. They take years to surface before we are often aware of the damage. That's why we don't pay sufficient heed to them. So if one is smoking, they don't realize that the harmful effect of the smoking. It will take years to surface this. So we do not give importance to them, but it is important then we realize and we are aware of the important side effects of these habits. Healthy habits have surprisingly complex yet positive health benefits. The only drawback is that results don't is often seen at the outset, and we are actually now used to instant result, but it doesn't happen. When you change your lifestyle, you have to be very, very patient because the results will be seen gradually. It is never too late to be who you thought you were destined to or wanted to be or aspire to be. It's better to do something rather than nothing, and every little step makes a huge difference. Your genes determine your physical attributes, not your attitudinal ones. So, genes, the brain cells, are not static throughout the life. This can be transformed, but you have to have a will to put in an effort and a consistent effort. The effort has to be consistent to make the changes in a lifestyle. So, who's at risk of a lifestyle disease? Lifestyle disorders often arise from unhealthy choices of life, as I said, and some personality traits enhance the stress, support maladaptive coping, and make people mindless. The damage actually begins right here. Making mindless and dysfunctional choices and then getting addicted to them is the main cause of all this. There is a lot of competitiveness in people that gives a lot of stress. And people who are competitive are very, very self critical and show very little self compassion. They struggle to accomplish their goals without any joy in effort or thrill in their attempts. Their work life imbalance is exceedingly apparent. They are wound up and stressed because they have too many people to raise. They seldom realize the wrongness in this lifestyle choices. So to be competitive is good, but to go crazy in that competitiveness is bad. It affects you mentally, physically. Time management is also very, very important. People who perceive a constant sense of urgency are in never ending struggle against the clock. They get impatient and stressed easily. This enhances their unproductive time, after which they schedule commitments even more tightly. They multitask, like read while eating or exercising while watching TV. They feel they are optimizing productivity, but by doing so, but they are doing actually quite opposite. So when you are doing certain activity to modify your lifestyle, concentrate on it, not multitask. Aggressive people are easily aroused to anger, which they may or may not express explicitly. They harbor resentment, tend to see negative in others, and display annoyance, envy, and enmity. Hostility outwards reflects inwards, too, leading to frustration and self neglect. This enables more cardiovascular, respiratory, gastrointestinal, and immune function disorders. Perfectionism actually is an enemy of the good. Perfectionism is built on irony that the mistakes are a part of being human. Failing to accept so makes it harder to attain lofty goals, enhances stress, and prevents healthy and adaptive life choices. When things don't go the way people want, they endlessly stress over it and completely demolish their health in the bar. So these are the changes, these are the problems that causes lifestyle disorders. So if we address four important issues, one is tobacco and alcohol, just leave them, gradually reduce them and leave them. If you want to, it is important to have a sense of happiness without having any addiction. Rather than getting addicted to it, stay away from it. Have there your physical activity regularly and eat healthy, balanced, nutritious diet. Do not go to the market and buy certain foods which are processed. Try to get healthy eating habit, get into healthy eating habits and eat healthy food cooked at home. Thank you and have thank you for listening to me patiently. I can see one question here. Will long sitting hours near the laptop cause a health problem? Yes, long hours can cause a health problem. They can give you neck stiffness. They can give you, some certain vision problems. They can lead to glaucoma. So it is said that you should take a break after every 50 minutes in terms of taking a walk along, relaxing your body, doing some stretching, and giving rest to the eyes. There is another question which says that one is suffering from hypertension, need to take daily medicine to control different one suggestion to recover. So blood pressure is again one of the very important lifestyle disorder, and it is important that you reduce your salt intake. If you are obese, go to physical activity, take your daily dose of vitamins, have a balanced diet. And if you lose weight, it is seen that the majority of the blood pressure medications can be stopped. So, and if you're smoking, if you're taking alcohol, also you need to stop it. So then medicines can be stopped if you adopt to the healthy. Another question is difficult to get up early in the morning, lazy through the day, bit of headache always. So you must consult a doctor for all these symptoms. It needs to be examined and investigated. Is desk job better or a side jobs better for overall health lifestyle? So I would say not all the jobs can be a side job. Desk job can all with certain changes that you make can be made better. But of course, side jobs have their own advantages of it being, you tend to walk, you meet people, you talk to people, that relieves your stress. So side jobs are better for an overall health lifestyle. How to cure hypothyroidism? So hypothyroidism may or may not be cured. There are multiple causes of hypothyroidism. It can be because of after certain viral infections. It can be because the deficiency of certain minerals, and that you need to go to the doctor to find out what exactly is the cause. And you may have to take at times the medicine for lifetime. What to eat and not to eat in hyperthyroidism. In your, even if you're suffering from hyperthyroidism, then it is said that you should not eat cucurbitaceae family, like you should not be eating any kind of cabbage uh, uh, or a floret like broccoli or broccoli and carrot should be avoided. Broccoli and cabbage should be avoided. Yes, does the 150 minutes of physical activity include walking and jogging? Yes, it includes walking and jogging. So physical activity outside your house or inside the gym of 150 minutes a week is important. There is another question which says that I'm working in night shift, which will be a reason for acidity and bloating. The moment I eat something, I'm getting. Yes, night shifts give you a lot of problems because it is you are going opposite to your circadian rhythm or the rhythm which is defined by our sun clock. So it is one of the reasons for acidity and heavy burps that you're facing. What can one do to keep themselves mentally and physically healthy when their early day job is usually very stressful and requires sitting in front of a laptop for 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week? So when if your job is stressful, requires such long hours, then you need to find out time for yourself and time while you are working in front of that. You do some stretches while you're working in the dark. Make sure that you take out time to eat. Make sure that you're eating healthy. And we have a 24 hours in a day. We should take out 1 hour for ourselves for the physical and medical physical activity. When we exercise, there are certain happy hormones which are released from our body and in the mind, and which makes us happy. So the stress also goes down when we are exercising. So physical activity is very, very important, and make sure that we eat healthy and we do not eat food which is processed. How should we balance our health in our busy work? So, so there are certain lifestyle changes and there are certain changes in our surroundings that we need to make. Many of us in metros spend hours on the roads when we are traveling. So if we can reduce that, we should make every effort to reduce our travel time so that we get time for ourselves and our family. We should balance by having an activity. At least we are working, if we are working 5 days a week, we should make sure that we are exercising at least on these 2 days and take out time and do focus on time management. Time management is very, very important. If we are thinking, we should be vocal about the work assigned to you. People have different speed of work. So if it is expected to work in this much hour, we should align our work, focus on our work, and try to finish our work in 8 working hours rather than extending our working hours. If we have to extend our work hours, then we may also delegate the responsibility and we may also uh, take help from our colleagues to complete. Feeling of sadness or depression, not enjoying things like you used to. Is this a sign of depression? Yes, it is. If there is a sadness, if you feel like crying, if you are not able to sleep, if you're not able to concentrate, please take help of it. Please visit. What food should I avoid to control acidity and bloat? So acidity is usually caused by two, three reasons. One, if you are not eating and frequent intervals, then you will get acidity and then there'll be bloating. There are certain types of food which like fried food, certain type of uh, foods like again cabbage, carrots, radish, all these things, cauliflowers, all these things cause a lot of bloating to certain people. And if you have the constant acidity and bloating, you may also have some gluten allergy. So it is advisable to meet doctor if you have acidity. There may be certain causes which needs to be investigated. So if you are having it for a long time, please visit. I think that's all. There are no more queries. Thanks for all the queries. I hope this session was useful to you. Thank you very much.